Hey guys, I wanted to do a separate video regarding our ultrasound that we had done. This was our 20-week ultrasound where they kind of check everything regarding the baby and measuring and all that stuff. I did my 21-week update, which I will link below, but I wanted to do a separate video regarding the ultrasound just to give a little bit more detail. So when they did the ultrasound, they did find one abnormality in the umbilical cord. I guess the umbilical cord has 2 vessels instead of 3, which would be, a normal umbilical cord would have 3. Now this won't cause anything necessarily. It doesn't cause like other genetic abnormalities, but there are other genetic abnormalities that could cause the umbilical cord to be the way it is. Or it could just be the way the umbilical cord is, which we're hoping that's the case, if that makes any sense. And at this point, they measured everything very well. Our midwife felt very comfortable at the place we went to, checking, the brain and the heart and the spine and everything, measuring things very well. There were no indications for concern at this point. Everything is measuring correctly, which is really good. So most of the time when there are problems related with the umbilical cord, you'll most likely see other indications with other measurements. So that is kind of comforting. However, we will be doing a follow-up ultrasound with a perinatologist, and that will be on August 4th. And they will go ahead and measure, all of the organs to make sure everything is developing correctly. And, if it does come back that something isn't, then we will probably do further testing, genetic testing, to see, kind of what the problem is. So after our ultrasound, we will actually meet with a genetic counselor just so they can kind of go over the options afterwards. And yeah, but we won't know the results of the ultrasound right away unless the doctor, which they don't know if the doctor will be there then or not, comes in, and if they will even give us information, or if we'll have to wait to hear from our midwife. So I don't know. It'll probably just be a stressful day. But yeah, so the genetic counselor, we may not have to do any further testing. If everything measures correctly, I feel comfortable not doing any other testing. I don't want to. We chose not to do the genetic testing in the beginning just because I didn't want to know if there was something wrong. Now, in this case, if there is something wrong and our baby needs attention after delivery, of course, we are going to do everything that we need to at that point to provide, for our baby and make sure the baby's healthy. So we'll kind of just see how things go and if that's something we need to do. So regarding the umbilical cord, what the greatest risks are number 1, slow growth, which, it's not consistent with a cord that only has 2 vessels. So you can't say always someone that has a umbilical cord with 2 vessels, their baby's going to be small. That's not always the case, but in some cases there is slow growth with the baby. And number 2, there is a possibility for preterm labor or delivery. So basically my midwife has just said to eat healthy, get really good calories, high calorie foods that are healthy for you, to make sure the baby's getting exactly what it needs. So I will focus on that, of course, and make sure that our little baby gets what it needs. I have not looked into this on the internet. When there's problems like this, I try not to, because I think you can get really wrapped up, and I'm already worried enough as it is, so I don't need to read people's stories and what happened with them and their babies and just worry myself more. Jeremy did do some research, and I think he actually felt better after he did the research. All the information out there is either really old or outdated, or if they determined that the baby had a 2-vessel umbilical cord, that they determined it after the baby was born. So then they go in and see what other problems they can find. So it's kind of different. I don't know. But at this point, the baby is measuring just as it should be. On the ultrasound, she said the baby was about a pound, give or take a couple of ounces, which is exactly what the baby should be measuring at this point. So that is also comforting. we did find out the sex of the baby at the ultrasound, which was really exciting. And I will post our gender reveal video probably in a couple of days, but I really wanted to get this up before I posted the gender reveal. We were very, very happy, of course, but I've kind of had a, I don't know, change of emotion. You know, everyone was so excited about the gender of the baby, and constant texting that day of, you know, we're so excited, we want to know, and we were too. I mean, we had it all planned out. We didn't find out in the actual ultrasound. We went and did it privately as a family, which you'll see on video. And then our family, all back at home, they had envelopes to open, and I will post a video as, you know, how we revealed the gender to them as well. But after we found out and got this call from a midwife yesterday, it just kind of, I don't know, it didn't matter anymore what the sex of the baby was to me. I didn't really care, and there were still some people that didn't know the sex of the baby yesterday after I had gotten the phone call, and I was really just not even wanting people. I didn't want to talk to anybody. It just didn't matter. It's exciting to know the gender of the baby, but honestly, I'd rather not know the gender of the baby and just have a healthy baby. That's all that really matters to me. So I've been having issues with that, dealing with those emotions, and just kind of, you know, getting through this. I think everyone pretty much knows the gender now, which is fine, so maybe people will stop bothering me. But a stressful couple of days, emotional, and yeah, we're just, you know, coming to terms. It's just a big question mark at this point. It's not like there's anything wrong that we know of, that there is, you know, reason to be concerned, but just the question mark of the unknown. Like, you never think that there's going to be something wrong with your ultrasound that comes back. I really was not expecting anything. When my midwife called, she said, I got your ultrasound results, and it was less than 24 hours, and they said it was going to be a couple of days. So I'm like, oh, well, that was fast. She's like, yeah, did they tell you anything? I'm like, no, is there something wrong? Well, and you know, it just takes you by surprise, like really by surprise. So, you know, whatever happens, of course, we're gonna, you know, we love this baby, and we will love this baby no matter what happens, but it's always the unknown that's so scary. But that is the results from our ultrasound, and yeah, as we know more, of course, we'll keep you guys posted. And like I said, our next appointment is on August 4th. So I don't even think they wanted to see us before then. I think they wanted the baby to be a little bit bigger. They tried to do like a 3D 4D ultrasound when we were in there, just because that's something that they offer. And you couldn't see anything because he was just skin and bone. I mean, a 1-pound baby, I don't think it really works correctly on that. So yeah, but we got some cute pictures. I will go ahead and insert those at the end of this video, and a cute little video of the baby like opening and closing its mouth, and it was really sweet. So anyways, that's our update. Thanks for watching, and if you have any comments or questions, please put them below.